Welcome back everyone to my CIDC 6 run. This is the loser bracket round 1 match up against omswizard at the top of the screen who is playing WD Aggro. No spin slicer, but he's playing for paladin, so that could make this matchup a bit tricky because I am playing WD Hydro Hurricane with Gigazald. So I do play a substantial amount of blockers which his paladins could remove, and he's playing 4 of them, so let's see how that goes. Although we are playing with open deck lists, so I can use that to my advantage and play around the fact that he has 4 paladins in his deck. I am gonna snare his spinning terror on turn 2. Next turn I can follow it up with Gigazald. So long as I keep getting these disruption cards which are not blockers, I can avoid his paladin's effect, because I won't really be playing blockers. I'll be playing miraculous snares and discard creatures and cards instead. Omswizard is thinking here for quite a bit. I'm not sure if he has Aqua Hulkus. Maybe he has to choose between Aqua Hulkus and Gachak, which he is also playing in his deck at 4 copies. And he decides for Aqua Hulkus just in case I summon a blocker. But I'm gonna summon a Gigazald, which is gonna discard the one out of many Crystal Paladins. But having one of them gone is always an extra relief. Less of them to worry about is always nice. And here I'm probably going to summon Petrova, boost Chimeras, and try to run over the Aqua Hulkus. He can block with the Aqua Guard, but at the very least I can swing into one of his creatures using Petrova next turn. So now he will be able to kill the Gigazald using a Chuck's effect, assuming he avoids a trigger. Now he's gonna just summon a second Gachak and kill the Gigazald with the Gachak effect. And this turn I'm probably gonna just use the Miraculous Snare on one of the Gachaks and play a Gigaslug. I think I would rather kill the Aqua Hulkus because I know he plays 4 Paladins and I don't want his Paladin to suddenly run over my Petrova. And I can play around Gachaks using blocker creatures a lot better than I can play around Paladin. Because Gachak itself is naturally countered by blockers. Unfortunately for me, he will snipe my Mistrias with the Locomotiver. But fortunately I will draw another one. And he's gonna play a Locomotiver, which is gonna discard my Belix, but at least I can offset the discard with the Mistrias draw. I don't think I want to be playing Hydro Hurricane just yet, or maybe I could, just to force him to resummon creatures. Or maybe I charge the Hydro Hurricane, play Energy Stream, and hope I draw another blocker or something. And yeah, that's what I do. I get 2 more blockers off of Energy Stream, which I can play and draw even more cards. I did lose Billix, which means I cannot get one of those Hydro Hurricanes in the mana zone anymore. So I'm just gonna have to play off of my remaining Hydro Hurricane. So I'm just gonna play a Petrova to boost Guardians as well. And at some point I have to bounce a bunch of his creatures and start to break his shields. He's just gonna play Gachak here, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to play Hydro just yet, so I think I'm just gonna play Energy Stream first to see what I get. And I'm gonna get a Spiral Gate and a Gigazald, so I'm gonna play the Spiral Gate to discard his other Crystal Paladin. And I think I will bounce one of his Gachaks, just in case he top decks some kind of bounce. And now if he plays that Gachak, I'm gonna draw another card with Mistrias. And he's just gonna play both Gigachak and Melnia. So now I'm gonna be on 10 mana, so I can go for Laura Giga, Gigaslug and Hydro Hurricane, bouncing all of his mana and 4 creatures on the field. And now I can freely go for shields without fearing any backlash, because he's not actually playing Surfers in his list, he's only playing Locomotivers and Spiral Gates, which I'm not very afraid of in this situation. And to be fair, not even Surfer would be that scary either. Just gonna play the Aquaguard, and now I can evolve one of those Gigaslugs into Gigazald just to get an extra attacker on the field. But not before I play Mistrias as well. And now, with 2 Petrovas remaining, there's no more trigger that can save him. He isn't playing Holy O in his list. And yeah, I'm gonna take the first game, and now we're going to game 2 where omswizard is gonna be on the play. I am gonna charge the Ice Vapor, I believe, and hope I draw a light creature so I can summon Bellix on turn 2. Otherwise I'm gonna be charging the Bellix to have a light mana for Miraculous Snare. Maybe not on turn 2, because I do need to charge the Miraculous Plague, as it goes into the mana zone tapped. omswizard is gonna start things off with Propeller Mutant, and now I have to decide if I want to play Belix or Laura Giga, and I'm gonna go for Belix here. Though, to be fair, I could have gone for Miraculous Plague Charge, just to have a snare ready on turn 3. But we'll see what happens. He doesn't have the Aquahulcus here, but he does have a Gachak. Meanwhile, I'm gonna have a Palolysis on turn 3. If I draw a blank, I'm probably just gonna charge the Miraculous Plague to unlock the water mana for Miraculous Snare. I'm still in a comfortable position because he currently has no Liquid People baits for Paladin on the field. Charging Spiral Gate, and he's gonna summon 2 creatures just to build up a bigger board, and hopefully at some point he's gonna draw a Paladin to bounce all my blockers and go for as many shields as humanly possible. Fortunately for me, it doesn't top deck Paladin, which allows me time to play this Miraculous Snare to snare his Liquid People bait. And he decides to go for shield with Melnia, which is interesting. I think I'm gonna charge this Gigazald and maybe I'll go for 2 blockers because I can just kill his Melnia with one of my blockers. But instead I just snare it, which I can understand as well. But now he's gonna have another Liquid People bait. Yeah, this turn I'm probably gonna go for Geoslag and Laura Giga. Or maybe I could set up the Petrova just in case he gets the Paladin, so I have a creature that can crack back on one of his creatures afterwards. Gonna be boosting Guardians because I also have a Laura Giga in hand. Now he has an Aquahulcus. And he could be thinking about attacking with Propeller and Jewel Spider at this point. Though it may still be a bit early to attack, maybe you don't want to give me cards just yet. And he decides to attack with Jewel Spider, which I have to think if I want to let it through or not. I kinda want to keep my blockers to stand in the way of Gachak and Spinning Terror. I think I'm just gonna take the shield because there's not much value in blocking Jewel Spider. And I do get a Gigabalza, which is gonna snipe another one of his Jewel Spiders. Now he's gonna think if he wants to attack more. And I am gonna block the propeller mutant here. And he's not gonna attack any further. At this point, I kinda wanna set up the Mistrias. And I'm gonna attempt to kill the Duel Spider with Petrova. Which is going to give him a card, so there's an extra chance he may get a Paladin. Fortunately for me he doesn't, so he plays a Locomotiver. And the discard is offset by the Mistrias. Now I could just bounce my own Gigabalza and resummon it to discard his card in hand. But if he didn't play that card, chances are it's not a Paladin, so probably just gonna set up more blockers and maybe play Energy Stream. Yeah, and that's what I end up deciding, just to have more options here. Just gonna play Aquahulcus. Honestly, I think I would have kept the Aqua Guard in hand, just in case I draw Paladin, so that if I do decide to snipe your hand, there's a chance you may still have the Paladin if you do top deck it. Because summoning a 2-drop here and giving me advantage with Mistrias isn't really ideal. He was only a Gachak, and I'm gonna summon a Gigaslug instead of Palolysis because I need more darkness creatures on the field for when I eventually cast Hydro Hurricane to bounce creatures on his field, because I can already bounce his all mana with the light creatures I currently have. And yeah, realizing that Gachak won't do too much, he's just gonna charge it. I do have the option to play Miraculous Plague here. And I think I might as well. Now it's all about who top decks Paladin or Hydro Hurricane first. And I think my Mistrias will help me top deck Hydro first, because the draw is a lot quicker with Mistrias than it is with Aquahulcus, for example. Making him choose between some darkness creatures and yeah, moving the Duel Spider and the Spinning Terror to hand, killing both of the Gachaks, which don't do much against so many blockers. So he's gonna charge the Spinning Terror. I gave him, not sure if he top decked an Aquahulcus or something. So yeah, he's gonna play 2 darkness creatures, and I still don't have my Hydro Hurricane. So I am probably just gonna play more creatures to try to fish for it. I may even play this Energy Stream just to dig for Hydro Hurricane as quickly as possible, and maybe use the Miraculous Snare on one of the Aquahulcus. And still no sign of Hydro Hurricane, but I am drawing many cards very quickly, so sooner or later I will hopefully find it before he finds his Paladin. He will get Locomotiver, which will snipe the energy stream, but I'm gonna get a Pyrolysis instead. And now this turn I'm probably just gonna summon even more creatures like the Pyrolysis and the Laura Giga, trying to fish for Hydro Hurricane. So I'm gonna play the Laura Giga first, draw a card which is Petrova, and then play Pyrolysis, try to draw another one. And I finally draw the Hydro Hurricane, so I can bounce all of his mana and like 3 creatures from the field. And now I can just freely go for shields. Next turn I have game, because he cannot do anything with the 3 creatures he has on the field. I even have the Spiral Gate for if he resummons Aquaguard. Omswizard is saying that winning one game wouldn't have been bad, because he did lose the first round match 2-0 as well, the previous one, so he's gonna get disqualified from CIDC without winning a single game, which is pretty sad for him. I'm just gonna summon Gigazald just to have even more attackers, and yeah, last Shield Spiral Gate won't do too much, and yeah, I'm gonna take this match 2-0. Gonna move on to the loser bracket, round 2. And yeah, my deck should be on the screen for those of you who are interested. And until next time, see ya.